So our super dear Piers Morgan, this idiot, had Jeffrey Sachs on his show. So recently, Piers Morgan's having people on the show that are really, letting him have it about the whole Ukraine and Russia issue. And this idiot is still arguing these points with historians, with people that are close to the government. So a quick disclaimer, you guys know that on this channel and in this movement, we don't separate nationalities, ethnicities, and such things. We know who the enemy is. But I'm going to focus this video and this address to Piers Morgan on his level, answering what he was talking about with Jeffrey Sachs and the things that Jeffrey Sachs couldn't answer, right? Or chose not to answer. So Piers Morgan brings up a point. Well, Jeffrey Sachs brings up a point that, look, Russia's been threatened from the West throughout all its history, which is a fact. So Piers Morgan's been tired of these points, right? So he finally looks up, like, where did Soviet Union invade who post World War II, right? So he goes, oh, look, Czechoslovakia and a part of Poland, and, was invaded by the Soviet Union. Mr. Piers Morgan, let me ask you something. You said the Soviet Union, correct? Well, for your information, the Soviet Ukraine had the biggest communist party in the Soviet Union, which means most of the people that were in power in the Soviet Union were in fact from Ukraine. And when, quote unquote, this invasion of Czechoslovakia happened, who was the leader? Wasn't it Stalin? Wasn't he Georgian? So who really invaded? Did Ukraine invade Czechoslovakia? Why don't we throw everyone under that bus, right? And Mr. Piers Morgan, I would really like for you to show us images where the Soviet Union is bombing Czechoslovakia or bombing Poland. From what I know, a person being from there, from the Ukraine, is I know that the structures, the buildings that the Soviet Union built in Czechoslovakia, in Poland, in East Germany are still standing till today. Same thing with Ukraine. And Mr. Piers Morgan, if you want to go back into history and who invaded who, this evil Soviet Union, bro, you come from a country that invaded, colonized, and enslaved more than 60% of the planet. So of course Russia's scared. So of course Asia's scared. So of course Africa's scared. You want to go back that far in history? And this whole notion of Ukraine being democratic, man. Look, Mr. Piers Morgan, what does an average 17, 18-year-old does in the UK or in the United States before graduating high school? They start looking for colleges, right? Well, what does the average Ukrainian kid, 17-year-old, 18-year-old does before graduating high school? They start looking for a country to immigrate to in order to help their parents. That's the democracy you're talking about. Not a single, since 1991, not a single new airport has been built throughout Ukraine. Not a single factory. The only factories that have been built are all foreign, which we all know where that money's going. Not a single new highway has been built. Roads have been fixed, yes, but again by foreign entities such as Turkish companies. Now you say it's more, it's Russia's more corrupt and Ukraine is more democratic than Russia. Well, look at Russia. A new subway station in Moscow every year. Fine, you say Moscow is its own thing, right? Look at cities such as Grozny. Look at go ask Russian people. Why do you think they support Vladimir Putin? Because their pensions have went up. Their wages have went up. People are able to travel abroad. People are able to put away some money, man. To go on vacations, to buy some clothes, to support their children. The poor people in Ukraine, man, once they hit a certain age, they can no longer support themselves unless their children are helping out, children which are abroad. Do you know how tired my people, not your people, man, are? And this stupid polling that you said that, oh, well, Ukrainians took a poll and they don't want to give away not even an inch of the territory to Russia. That is the biggest bullshit, because I'm communicating with my people. My people are tired. They want the conflict to stop. They're willing to negotiate that deal, right? And you keep saying Russia invaded Crimea. Crimeans, ethnically Russian, they voted to be with Russia. If they didn't vote to be with Russia, CIA would set up another operation where Crimea would be the same way that Donbass was for 10 years and no one cared about him. And remember, please remember that CIA did this whole coup in Kiev in 2014, man, which they do these coups all around the world. And again, Piers Morgan, you come from a country where you guys had human zoos in the beginning of the 20th century, man. So yeah, Slavs, yeah, we're scared, man. We're scared. We have a right to be scared. Anyway, I can't take this idiot sometimes, man. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think, man. My mind is blown, man. Huge shout out to Romaniya poet, the greatest poet of all time. All you cool people out there, all my Nazarenes out there, man. You know what we say. Uno.